fell out of the boot of the women's race, so we're being held here. We're ready to go, and we're away.
And we're off. Faster.
So it's Kieran Clements leading them out here, and Fergal Curtin right on the inside. Ben McMillan then just beside him, and then Phil Norman from Woodford Green. Jamie Battle then wearing number 10 for Ireland, just over on the left hand side as you're looking. And Ty Dinger from the USA right in the centre of them there in the blue. It actually looks to be a pretty leisurely place. Started off, nobody really prepared to take it on. So our leader is Patrick Kowalski from Poland. And he looks over his right shoulder and he sees nobody's really prepared to go with him. So a lot of the athletes probably won't know Kowalski, but they won't know whether to let him go or not go. So Patrick Kowalski is going to take this on. Fergal Curtin then leads out the main pack in behind him, but there's probably 8-9 metres for the Polish athlete over the rest of the field as they come down the home straight for the first of 5 laps. But I have to say, as Armagh International 5Ks goes, this doesn't look to be the fastest one, so it could have a much more tactical road race here, but we get an indication after a couple of laps as to what sort of pace we're on. They'll probably be at about 900 metres, probably 850 metres as they go past the finish here. But as Patrick Kowalski keeps looking over his shoulder, nobody's going with him, so he's a big dilemma to make here. Is he going to continue at this pace and try and open up in a significant gap, or is he going to go back in and run more with people all around him? At the moment it's going to be a solo run. They're about 224, 225 through 800 and maybe 30 or 40. The gap is probably about 20 metres. He keeps looking over his shoulder. Push it on, lads. So Kowalski, just watch your left hand side there. Yeah. So our leader just around the side of us here. We just go past our leader, Kowalski. Looks very easy. Fergal Curtin leads out that chasing group. He looks at his watch. He gets his K split. That's what he's looking at. He looks over his shoulder and he'll see that the gap has opened up to probably 30-40 metres at this stage. So have the boys lost out here, or has Kowalski been a little bit eager at the start? It's not often we see somebody with this lead at such an early stage in this 5k race. Okay, and slow it down a wee bit, lads, yeah. Somebody from the pack will have to make a move at some stage. It's very early. It's a big decision for these guys to decide, am I going to go or am I going to let him go? Do many people know who he is? He keeps looking over his shoulder. So does that mean he doesn't know whether he should be in the lead, or will he keep driving on? If he sees them coming back to him, he might decide I'm better off in the pack. There's no wind here or anything tonight. It's nice and cool, but it's not too cold. Perfect running conditions. So he's negotiated that hill for the second time now. He's about nearly 1,500 metres. Push it on, lads. So Kowalski, again, we get a close look up at him here. He does look very comfortable. He's probably 50 metres now in the lead. Very hard to know what's going in behind, but there's probably 30 bunched together in that next group. Fergal Curtin is right there. Ty Dinger is right there. Henry McCluckie, Jacob Allen, Ian Crow Wright, and Tim McGowan from the US. So we have 2 US athletes in that group. So the gap doesn't look to be getting any bigger now. If anything, it looks to be getting maybe a little bit shorter here. So he keeps looking over that shoulder. He has probably 1,700 metres done at this stage. So we'll try and get the clock, try and get a bit of a gauge as to what sort of pace they're going at, but I don't think that they're at sub 14 minute pace at the moment. So I think we could have a real burn up over this last couple of laps. So Kovlowski stays quite wide. They're at 5:13, 5:14 with 3 laps to go, just over 3,000 metres to go. But our leader, this has been a real brave solo run by Patrick Kovlowski. He's still probably 40 metres. We're right beside him here. He looks very, very comfortable still. Nobody coming after him. Big decisions to be made. Tim McGowan from the USA there in the blue is leading out that chasing group. Kovlowski runs very wide up this back straight. The rest of them you can see tucked in against the barriers, but Kovlowski runs pretty wide. It's all about when he comes around the corners, how tight he takes the corners. So Patrick Kovlowski still 30-40 metres in the lead. You have to admire this. We're well into the third lap, maybe 300 metres into this third lap, so we're not far off halfway here. But it's when that chasing pack makes a move, the pace will increase significantly, and it's whether they just eat him up or whether he can kick on. Just slow it a wee bit, lads. So Kozlowski turns that corner. He's negotiated the hill now for the third time, but the field are definitely beginning to wind him in. They haven't got too carried away, but they've decided that he isn't going to come back unless we up the pace. And now the gap down to about 20 metres. Some of them moving right, some of them moving left. All beginning to get pretty spread out here now. But Kovlowski is going to be joined by the pack now very, very shortly. We're just trying up and get a wee bit closer so we can see some of the numbers. So now a move has definitely been made at about the halfway. Just try and get this number if I can. So it's Henry McCluckie has taken it on now from Shaftesbury Barnet. So Henry McCluckie, Jeff Whiteman, it was his pick at the start. You can see Jeff Whiteman just having a little look. So it's Henry McCluckie has taken it on. He's moved about 10-15 metres. Kovlowski looks to be in a bit of trouble. Ian Crow-Wright from Brighton and Hove. But just, we'll zoom past him here now. Henry McCluckie, just watching you inside, lads. So Henry McCluckie's made a big move here. Jacob Allen now comes up down to Kovlowski's shoulder. But McCluckie at the halfway mark really pushed it on. We can see the field is absolutely, totally spread out now. And that last probably 800 metres, we're halfway up this back straight. So well over 3,000 done. So we'll come round and then up this hill, then round into the home straight where all the juvenile races took place, which is 400 metres from the end. So when they come around down the home straight, they'll have 1,400 metres to go. And it's Henry McCluckie has just blown this field apart in the last kilometre. So the Shaftesbury Barnet athlete, 13:43 on the track, shown that he can do it on the road up this testy hill now. Second last time. So it's McCluckie. Move on, lads, yeah. He looks very, very comfortable here. He's going to come down the hill now. He's going to get a nice breather. But McCluckie is moving away with every stride. He's 60-70 metres clear at this stage. He's got about 1,300 metres to go. Kowalski still in third place. He's battled well, but this is what you call a decisive move. Henry McCluskey has absolutely torn this field away. He's just over 1,000 metres to go. So unless something significantly happens here over this next kilometre, I think we're probably looking at our winner here. It's going to be a massive effort from those behind, because McCluskey looks to be moving away with every stride. He looks absolutely full of running. You can see that he is working really hard, but his style, everything is just so smooth here. He didn't get carried away when Kowalski made that move, but when he decided he was going to go, his plan must have been to go at halfway. So he's coming up, he's going to hear the bell. Jeff Whiteman looks out, he'll see that it's the same McCluskey as at the last lap. So Henry McCluskey comes around 10:56. He has to run around 3 minutes for the next lap to be under 14. So after a pretty leisurely start, McCluskey is absolutely flying. He's coming up the back straight. We haven't seen second place come round the bend yet. The gap must be 80, 90 metres. Peter Kowalski still in second place. But Henry McCluskey, he knows what it's like to win medals on the major stage. 1500 metre bronze at the European Juniors a few years ago, under 23 athlete. 13:43 is best. But he has absolutely torn this field apart. So second is a distant memory. Miles behind him here. We can't even see the others in the background. McCluskey 2 laps ago made this move at this stage, moved away from them and absolutely tore the field apart. So it doesn't look as though we're going to have that battle down the home straight like we did in the last race, where Alex Bell just got the better of Carrie Hughes. This is going to be an absolute dominant show from Henry McCluskey. So that last little testy hill done, and now he can enjoy the last 500 metres. He looks over his left shoulder, he can't even see them. He can enjoy the final 400 metres. The massive crowd here now are going to be on his left. He moves over towards the right, because this time when he comes down the very bottom, he'll be into the finish at the right, on the right. Still Peter Kowalski in second place. But no doubt Henry McCluskey from Shaftesbury Barnet is going to be our 2023 Armagh International 5k winner. Probably one of the most dominant winners that I can remember. So about 200 metres to go. He looks over both shoulders. He could probably walk in from here and still win it. So it'll be, the next thing you'll see is the clock. And the clock shows 13:20. Unbelievable. The course record's going to be obliterated. What a last 3,000 metres that Henry McCluskey has done here. So we'll try and show you that clock here.
Get it, Willie! Brilliant stuff. Now just look at the trainer runners coming now. How many will we get under 14? So it's just loads under 14. There could be 20 of them there under about 14. How many will we get under the 15 mark as well? We could have most of these runners at 200 plus field, all around the 15 minutes. This is something else.